And welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're still on the second game, namely the Resolve. The last time, remember, we cleared the third case, and the third case really had us going. So now let's start up with the investigation of the fourth case. Twisted Karma and his last battle. Advertisement and commonplace killing at the edge of town.
ホームズはパイプを手に窓の外に広がる濃い霧を見下ろしていた。この霧の底には一体いくつの事件が隠れているのだろうね。不思議な新聞広告から始まる奇想天外な事件。魔剣が闇をかける連続殺人事件に夜の墓場でよみがえる死刑囚の事件、そして誰も知らない町外れの小部屋のありふれた殺人事件。どんな事件もその裏側には誰も知らない物語が潜んでいる。僕を事件現場へと駆り立てるのはその物語なのだよ、ワトソン。早く帽子を取りたまえ。行こうじゃないか、相棒。僕たちの冒険は終わらない。さあ、ゲームの始まりだ。
8 days after that earth-shattering trial and Cosmo regaining his memory, we were in the foyer of one of London's most luxurious hotels, the Great Waterloo Hotel. November 1st, 10:24 a.m. Hotel foyer. Professor Mikitoba is due to arrive at any moment.
Yes, I'm so glad we got here in time.
So Sato hasn't been the same since what happened. Not that I'm surprised.
The truth about Cosmos, Father. Do you suppose my father knew?
That he was actually the mass murderer of the professor? I knew that's what she was thinking. There's a good chance, I say. I mean, they did come here to London together 16 years ago, didn't they?
Yes, that's true.
Come to think of it, didn't you say that Professor Mikitoba knew about Cosmo going missing in Hong Kong as well?
That's right, but for some reason he wasn't at liberty to talk to me about it.
That probably means he knows that. About Cosmo showing up here in London, with amnesia that he's regained his memory. Ah, there she is!
Father!
Hello, Sisaldo. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. We're delighted you arrived safe and sound.
Go on, you beard. Not order. Hey, Colin, you'll just take the trouble to meet us out. Oh, no, it's not at all. It's my pleasure. We heard about all your extraordinary exploits here in London. The news has crossed the seas.
It has?
I always look forward to reading the monthly reports that arrive with the steamships from Gregson.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. What's this man? Why do I feel as though I've seen him before?
You have. I take it from your expression that you can't quite place me.
In that case, how about a little reminder? Say shit up.
From capture to it?
What?
Here we go then. I hereby pronounce the defendant Yunosuke Naruhodo guilty! Oh! From the first game. Oh, cool. Now you're the trial Yunosuke
Your Excellency! Hello, Judge Jigoku. How are you? It's been a long time.
The judge from hell. Good, you remember now. That really did the trick. Judge Guan Yu. Guilty!
Only I was declared not guilty, wasn't I? And there was no laughing at the time.
So London again after all this time. Hard to believe it's been 10 years. To be honest, I never thought I'd be back. Neither did I. I didn't imagine Japan would ever be invited to an international symposium like this. But really, I doubt anyone did, to be honest. It's not thanks to you, isn't it, Seishiro? What are you talking about, Eugene?
Of course, Judge Jigoku. He must complete the set. He's the other man who 16 years ago came to London with Cosmo's father for visiting. He's the third visiting scholar.
Well, all those passport checks and luggage searches at the border took rather a lot of time. I must say, I'm very envious of your mysterious studies. You didn't have to go through any of all that, did you? I knew you were Jones.
Sorry? Ministerial status?
Yes, didn't you know? Seishiro is also Japan's Minister for Foreign Affairs. It's his personal insistence that allowed you to take Cosmo's place here on this study tour. Guilty as charged!
Oh, well, thank you very much.
He's really every bit as important as he looks. Ah, yes, well. Not all. I received a telegram from Lord Straw yesterday. Oh, you did? It appears that some things came to light in a trial you were involved with 8 days ago. About what happened to you. That's tragic. Yes, could you tell us any more about it? We'd like to know your journey. So, 50 days versus, say, almost a whole day by airplane. Sure, you got like you might have a 3 hour flight from point A to point B. You might have a layover. Don't know how long the layover might be, but you might have a layover. And then after that, from point B to C, it might take maybe a part of the day. Excuse me. It might take maybe part of a day, if not a whole day. Because after you get there, you have to pick up your luggage, and then you have to make sure you have everything. You have to do your checks. You have to make sure that your ride's there. You have to make sure that your contact is there. You know, is available to let you know that you made it. And then after that, the whole rest of the day, jet lag. That means you're going to be knocked out. So the whole rest of the day, you're going to sleep it off. Versus 50 days at sea, I never actually went on a ship that lasted as long as 50 days. Maybe half a day, but that's about it. Last time I actually did something like that, it was like fishing. Back when we had our big brother crew. But it's been years since. But it wasn't as bad when we first came 16 years ago. No, that's true. Then I really wondered if we wouldn't be drifting in the vast ocean for the rest of our lives. This time we followed the same route as you, so we were able to relax and enjoy the experience. Oh, so you stopped in France's beautiful capital, Paris? We did, yes. Only for a night. And yesterday evening we left the port of Dunkirk. Just in time for this Star Spot. It's wonderful that you were invited to attend such an important international event. I'm very proud of you, Father. It's thanks to Shakespeare. 60 years ago, he managed to ingratiate himself with Britain's Attorney General. I'm sure that's why he was invited, and I suppose you could say I'm something of an appendage by default. Speak for yourself, Eugene. You are close friends with the professor of forensic science at a major hospital. Yes. I imagine that No, there has been a lot of water under the bridge since then. It doesn't bring him back. Cosmo's father, I suppose. The killer who took the lives of 5 members of British aristocracy was actually Cosmo's father, wasn't he? That is correct. Genshin Asogi. Genshin. You knew, I presume, father? He was a close friend at the time. Genshin came to Britain as police detective. He was studying investigative techniques in Scotland. I've never understood what drove the man to commit such heinous acts. It was a close trial, so the public never knew the truth. He was executed with little ado. To this day, very few people know what really happened, even about all that. But what about Cosmo? Did he know?
Did he know the truth about his father? Of course. He was told his father passed from sickness. However, I suspect he may have had his doubts. Why? As you know, I tried to guide Cosmo growing up as if he were my own son. And one day he came to my office at the university and said, I decided I want to travel to Great Britain and study there. Do you think he wanted to come here to investigate his father's death? I don't know. But when I looked into his eyes, I did know that there was no way I'd be able to stop him. Something else came to light in that trial the other day, actually. Oh, what? Well, having disappeared in Hong Kong and been missing for almost a year, Cosmo has since turned up here in London, working as the apprentice of Lord Van Zeeks. What? What? That's new source? Strongheart's telegram neglected to mention that part of it. As you know, we both thought Cosmo had died on the steamship during our voyage to Great Britain in January. But he didn't die. He lived. As you knew, didn't you, Father? In actual fact, no. What I did know is that when your ship docked in Hong Kong, he mysteriously vanished. We sent a team of the building, drivers, ascertained what happened. Well to know. But he's still alive. You don't use it. I never dared him to bring it. Why on earth did the young man not make contact? Government police have been chasing crews fruitlessly for months now. Well, it seems that he was suffering from amnesia. What? Amnesia? When we first came across him again here in London, he didn't know who either of us were. You see, he only regained his memory 8 days ago. This is unbelievable. Yes, it's quite miraculous. I wonder why Lord Strongheart didn't let us know. I must speak with him urgently. I wonder how Cosmo's been these past few years. It'd be wrong of us to go. That began 16 years ago. It's a distant memory. It was usually Genshin and myself. We were the original three. The first judicial scholars from Japan to travel overseas to study. Ocean voyages were not what they are today, I can tell you. 16 years ago, things were tough for their generation. Your father was an exceptionally fine medical student at the University at the time. You know young lady. Yes, grandmother told me. He went to do research at a great London hospital to study autopsy. Practically unheard of, up in Japan. Yes, it was a very place. Sandwiched between the back of a prison and a burial ground. Now we're talking grief. Very often does. No one willing to deal with bodies following autopsy work. He was Quincy. So you see, autopsy labs have something of an unavoidable relationship with graveyards and prisons. And to this day, prisons. If not anything else. Not my cup of tea at all. Do you remember that Scottish prison? Kaiden, they was. It was a good man. Yes. But then, of course, in our 6th year here, everything exchange for that treasure, okay? We engage here with those. Well, seriously, the most gruesome metals. I simply couldn't believe it. I'd known the man for years. I was a witness at the secret hearing, and I tried to speak with him if I could. But you went a little too far, and ended up facing charges yourself, didn't you? Suffice to say that after the trial, he was sent back to the pound. There was nothing more we can do to save Genji. He was a lost cause to society. Well, if you'll excuse us now. Yes, I'd like to get this trunk up to my room as soon as possible. Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have held you up here for so long. I'll call for the porter then. Just wait here. Damn. Susan's gone off at a run. I'd like to stay and talk more, but I do have various preparations to make for tomorrow. Yes, of course. It must be a big responsibility representing our entire country. I wish you the best of luck. Not a little. I hope you'll keep an eye on Susato for me. Keep looking after her as you've obviously been. Oh no, I mean, if anyone's looking after anyone, it's her looking after me. I do appreciate you being there for her, after all. I've been a mission my father to her. I thoroughly let her down. Sorry? What do you mean? Well, it was 16 years ago that I started my long study tour here in Britain. There, yes, Susato was born. Yes, I heard. The birth of my daughter was the most joyous event of my life, but sadly it was accompanied by the most tragic event of my life, too. Oh, Susato, he did something like that. It's about a time ago. Anyway, I won't bore you with the details. The point is, I became rather less dependable than befits a grown man. And it was then that Sissio offered me the opportunity to study here in Great Britain. I was too worried about you to leave me behind. So perhaps I was a little heavy-handed when it came to persuading you to accompany me to London. So, that's what happened in a nutshell. And that's also the reason why I feel compelled to give my daughter as many opportunities as I do. Though the world does not readily afford young women such things, I must say. I completely understand, Professor. One other thing, Naruto. You might be reasonable. I have a favor to ask you. Oh, really? Of course. What can I do for you? Well, the thing is, I'm so sorry that took so long. Susato! And how then? Allow us to take your bags? I'm here to take your bags. One moment, if you please, Porter. Of course, sir! That machine around your neck. It's a camera, I believe. Quite right, sir. It's just for a lovely photograph to commemorate a wonderful stay at the hotel, sir. Well, I think, given the occasion, we could justify the expense. Yes, of course. He's like, what the fuck? I'd like to thank you for coming with me. Naruto. It's really made Father very happy, I think. Well, I'm pleased then. But we were interrupted before.
guess Mikitoba was about to ask me something.
Shall we return to Baker Street then? I expect Iris will have some delicious tea waiting for us.
Yes, let's go. Getting more and more anxious about Cosmo. Perhaps I'll try to meet with Lord Strongheart later and ask after him. New location has been added. Well, why don't we do that right now? The British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice Office. Here's the final turnout of the opening of Transport Tomas proceedings. I have supplemented your original with the figures. You must fall from the out. I see. Excellent work. Thank you. You're welcome, my lord. There's more fun takes to here.
Well, there seems to be an awful lot of tension in the air, wouldn't you say?
This place is stifling enough as is. We really don't need any more attention. My apologies. I didn't notice your color. Small statue of a dog trying to make you all but invisible to me. Oh, no. It's entirely my fault for wearing black, I'm sure.
From now on, you must dress in white, from head to toe, whenever you come here.
Now then, Mr. Noddle.
Yes, my lord. I'm right here.
Something wrong. Perhaps it's a little too hot. Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I've never experienced a room at such perfect temperature. If your shirt creates a sweat carving your way down your face, seem to suggest otherwise.
Because of the daggers you're staring at me, mainly.
As you know, Madam, my International Forensic Science Symposium goes along. Time your father arrived in London earlier today, I hear, madam.
Oh, yes, that's right, my lord. He's extremely honored to have been invited.
I leave the remaining preparations for the meeting. Bring your cable out. I hear the tons at once. See you, Dracula.
He gave you a very cold stare as you left, didn't he?
I know, but I haven't done anything.
How are you?
These past few days, my feet have barely touched the ground, I must say. My dedicated right hand of many years was recently put out of action in spectacular fashion. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Your left hand still of service?
Maruhodo! You talk about Dr. Stein.
Ah, of course. I'm terribly sorry about that. I was just nothing. Besides, all wrongdoing precipitated the situation. You need contingency, but you think.
That would be a lot easier to do if it weren't for the piercing stare you're giving me.
Lord Van Six is doing an admirable job of holding the fort. Though disturbingly, his apprentice has been missing since yesterday. Oh!
Is she? What's become of Cosmo now?
The symposium. to the Grey exhibition exceeded 30 million.
30 million? Are there even any people in the world? As comparison, Naruhodo, the population of the imperial capital Tokyo is 2 million.
I will be opening the International Forensic Science Pavilion with the exhibition main entrance.
This event has been 2 years in the making, 2 years of negotiation with other countries.
Sounds like a tremendous achievement. Congratulations.
The 20th century will see the wholesale adoption of forensic investigation tools and cooperation between policing organizations around the globe is essential, which is why this landmark first symposium has to be hosted here, at the heart of our great British Empire. That Scotland Yard can become the leading investigative organization in the New World.
He's the same as ever, I see. That passion is quite something. You're every bit as passionate in your own way, I'm sure.
I'm the only person in this country who truly cares about the future that embraces forensic science. It was my intention to become Her Majesty's Attorney General and form the yard from the ground up. So the disgrace of the forensic investigation team has been a bitter blow to my ambitions. The Fit. I first established the Fit. Experimental design. Worked out the side of the hell of a steadily accruing and impressive record of achievement. On the verge of changing its name and elevating its status to a full-blown FID.
And can you now do that now?
Obviously, no one wants to hear anything about it at the moment. Even I can't keep this story out of the papers. 6 million Londoners will be cursing its forensic science now. This incident will set back our country's advancement in the field by a continued, I'd say.
Unintended repercussions of our journey. We simply couldn't have overlooked what had happened, though.
Of course not. We should all be grateful to you. Anyway, I'll still reform this country's policing when I become Attorney General. It's my delay my plans, but it won't go well. Nothing will stand in my way.
So, about your missing apprentice. About Lord Van Sieg's apprentice.
Ah, yes, that came as a surprise to me. That you were here, friends.
How did you become an apprentice of Lord Van Sieg's in the first place?
It came about 3 months ago. An unidentified Asian man was apprehended by border police. They found him hiding aboard a large goods vessel.
Oh my! So I stowed away to get you?
He had no papers that I identified. No passport, and he was suffering from amnesia. Other than the fact that he was clearly of Eastern descent, there were no clues as to who. So I decided to assign him to Lord Van Sieg's. That way I could keep an eye on him.
But then, why the mask?
I didn't want to burden Lord Van Sieg's with tossing explanations about why he had Eastern apprentices. Because it made it so much easier to explain why he's what he is. He's proving to be a great help to Lord Van Sieg's. I have high hopes for his future. I By the way, do you know where he's gone?
No idea. I believe he's left London for the time being.
Oh,
I take it you didn't. You also didn't. That the man's father was one of our country's most infamous criminals.
Gladys crimes. What we learned from that trial 8 days ago was a huge shock. Finding out my friend's father was...
Yes. Genshin also. Well, that's the case. 10 years ago caused a great stir here.
there were such awful murders, and I'm presented using a ferocious dog as a murderer.
And no one would have believed the culprit was a foreign student invited to study here by the government. So the dragnet of the killer could be made public then, and can be made public now. Nobody in your country knows it is here, and neither do the citizens of London.
The main motivation was to avoid aggravating relations between our two nations at the time, I understand.
Correct. However, it has to be noted that there were some supporters of the professor's apparent motive.
What? Supporters of a mass murder?
The majority of the men's victims were blind only at a stock sale today. Somewhat ironically, the deaths actually benefited society as a whole. Or so a fair few thinkers of London believed anyway.
Right, I see. It's still murder, wasn't it?
It seems very similar, doesn't it? To the idea of the Reaper of the Bailey?
Hmm?
Now it moves this way. What was that?
A man screaming in the most unflattering way? Do you think
Could have been Mr. Sholmes?
I do hope not. I don't do it anymore.
Mon ami. Stop this disgraceful display, huh? Who are these people? Look at that hair, it's bright red.
They must be clients of Mr. Sholmes. Yeah, Izzy, you coming with me now? Down to the train. Very pleasant. It is a dark damp and I don't like it.
Oh, it's the darkness it is, my friend. I am not scared.
But you are also always scared of the dark.
Shut your mouth, you idiot! I will sit quietly in the dark and plan on next time ice.
I don't like this. I do not like this. Very tough. The fish is down at the yard. Now get moving. Bye then, Jimmy. Have fun. Oh yeah, thanks, Horace. And thanks. You're a great detective. Gina makes a fine detective herself, doesn't she? That's Izzy! Oh no!
Hello, Ice. We're home.
Well, did you find your daddy? Yes, we arrived at the hotel just before he and his friend. Oh, that's great news. I hope I'll get to see my daddy again too. Yes, of course.
Sean H. Wilson.
So, Iris, all that remains now is that greatest of problems known to man. But before we concern ourselves with that, I believe some tea's in order, don't you, my dear fellows? Is something wrong, Naruto? Do I have a crumb such like on my face?
Not so much on your face. As on your head, I'd say. Oh, come on then, everyone. I brewed a lovely special blend type for tea. Whatever's going on here today.
In that case, let us sit and drink now. For I'm, in fact, expecting a guest later today.
Give me a moment. I need to look at that.
This looks like last week's edition.
That's an article circling Reading.
At first we call says to the Red-Headed League.
The Red-Headed League? What's that?
I don't know. I've never heard of it before, but
It's something on my face. Clearly, this has something to do with that lively hair. Seems somewhat suspicious in nature, no kidding.
who here? Mr. Sholmes, who were the two gentlemen that were here with us?
There's bad petty privilege. Nothing of significance. Of course, they have to make a living somehow. And when the mood takes me, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to all manners of infamy.
When the mood takes you.
All manner of infractions. But when such fellas set their sights on Mr. Sholmes, well, that's when their luck runs out.
Oh my! You were talking of a crime, Mr. Sholmes?
But I quickly devised a plan to entrap them and deliver them into our young detective ally.
You should have asked Gregson to come too. We could have had him arrested to your party.
I did some well, but no answer was forthcoming. Man can stimulate in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's a word for him, sure. Aha, have it! Bunga! That's the word. It's a good job he's not here to hear you say that. So those red means are enough to know. hell's this about? Looks as though someone circled an sign or advertisement. Looks as though someone circled an advertisement in this paper, Mrs. Holmes. Who do anything? Strike one. I was thinking that maybe it might be related to your bright red hair. And oh, Christian, you are not, sir. So, at last you've then to apply my methods, Naruhodo. Sorry. In the first instance, and quite indispensable, observation. Believe me, I could have seen that hair with my eyes shut. So then, allow me to regale you with the details of my latest exploits. Regale or boast? Okay, what about them? So, what's this red-headed league, which seems to be the subject of the advertisement you circled? You know, so I haven't told them. That, my dear fellow, was going to be the source of this month's rent payment. What? How? According to the advertisement, the Red-Headed League is a distinguished institution of fellows of unspecified government. The only condition for becoming a member is having red hair. You sure it's red hair or Chi-Tu-Ma? That doesn't entirely surprise me.
Minister of the Lucky Red has received one feature. An unconditional salary of £4 a week. Oh my, £4 a week.
Why? Why are they paying people for? What are they paying people for? I don't know. No details are given in the advertisement.
But surely every red-headed person in the country will be flocking to join in that case. You're right, Cece, guys. No time for these. I'll put in my application at once. So will I. Just let me on chance.
That might be stretching out the point.
The trouble is, they have a fixed number of members, Cece.
Oh, I see. So once a certain number of people join, no one else can. But as luck would have it, one member recently passed away.
Wasn't particularly lucky for the red-headed question, I feel, Mrs. Sholmes.
So you decided to try and join his place. Correct? I mean, look at me. Have you ever seen such a red-headed Betty? Sure I have. Adult Christian. Why did it have to go so wrong? What on earth happened? Blunder, Mr. Naruhodo. Though it pains me to admit it. Your blunder, sir?
What did you actually do to your hand, Mrs. Sholmes?
I'm glad you asked us. What you see atop my head is neither dye nor hairpiece. I changed the color of my hair overnight. By the wonders of chemistry.
mystery. I was conducting some research and told that it rejuvenates spent teenagers. And in the course of my work, I stumbled upon a potion that, when taken, turns one's hair a flame like red. Would you like to try it? It will make every hair on your body perfectly crimson. I think I'll pass.
But Mr. Sholmes is quite safe to drink. Sure he's bad for you, isn't it?
But just always have to find such films.
Oh, I should have thought of you, Mr. Sholmes. You mean to say...
Well, of course. To earn £4 a week per week, one must be prepared to turn a blind eye to a little danger. The degree of red signals more than just a little danger, sure.
Well, anyway, Harry left full of confidence yesterday with his new red hair. For a park on Lime Street where the red-headed league were interviewing prospective new members.
Oh, so what went wrong? The whole park was choked with redhead folk. Like imposters on spell. I queued for 8 hours, solid for last. I reached the front. But when the panel of interviewers saw me, they immediately said, "Ah, Mr. Harlock Sholmes, are you disguised to conduct an investigation?" So naturally, I had no choice but to reply, "Shh, don't give me away." After which, I could do little as but turn a knee. Then this morning, when I looked in the mirror, irritation stirred within me. So I turned that pad into booze.
Oh dear, what a disaster. For Harry and those two redheads.
Mr. Sholmes, isn't it about time you told us the truth? Just over a week ago, you said to us, "I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that." That case aboard the SS Buria in January, Cosmo was killed, and you knew he wasn't dead at the time. So what was really going on? I've heard I was unconscious for a very long time. If he hadn't regained consciousness when he did, his life would have been immortal now. Of course, side effect of the prolonged comatose state was amnesia, as you now know. It was a simple enough task to silence the group. After they carried him out to the cabin, I sat with them in the lobby area. I made them swim, leave him unconscious and have him unnamed from the ship in Hong Kong as a murdered corpse. Was necessary to find some material with which to persuade the crewmen to keep their word. But why? Why do it in the first place? I would be at liberty to liberate him. But for the time being, I would like to reassure you. I didn't foresee subsequent evidence. One of these. His disappearance in Hong Kong. I believe I may have made a gross error of judgment. Mr. Sholmes. Aha! Here's my guess now. My latest client with money to spend.
Oh, I do hope it's an exciting case, honey.
Remember, Iris, we are at present gripped by the greatest problem known to man. Hair. That's right, the greatest problem known to man. Hair. How to keep it, and how to make sure you keep it. I must be willing to accept any case, no matter how unstimulating. Save locating irrelevant. Don't spare anyone's feelings, would you?
Oh dear, I'm afraid I had it can like a little cat, especially just before resting. Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Hollingsworth, please, oh please. Please find my husband, he's run away.
We've seen her before. To upset me.
I beg your pardon.
Never mind. Personal matter. Apologies. What exactly are you trying to say, Naruhodo? I didn't say a word! Come, my dear madam. Be seated. Iris and tea, if you please.
Of course.
What's the matter, Sue?
It's just that gentlewoman. I feel sure I've seen her somewhere before. Very recently.
She was part of the jury.
Yes, now you come mention it.
As I explained earlier, my name is Izzy. I'm sorry you to take the case, sir. Mine is no object, simply name your figure.
Money and love have little consequence to me, madam. Being offered a case solves or not.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you are the picture of benevolence.
I will, of course, make a mental note of your offer, for contingent reasons. I trust you.
If I might inquire, sir. This gentleman and lady with me?
Oh, me?
What I'm about to tell you, I should like to communicate in the strictest confidence, you understand?
Ah, these are my friends. I assure you, you must say, before this pair, anything which you may say to me.
Oh, I see.
I can vouch for the gentleman personally after all. He's hard of hearing.
Why do I ever get my hopes up?
So, tell us about your time. Forgive me for asking, Mrs. Vigil, but have we met somewhere before? Quite recently, perhaps? My dear fellow, what is your internship? Clearly, you've no ability to differentiate the facial features of the English. If you wish to invite the lady to tea, you must do so in a more gentlemanly fashion.
Is it possible? But you're the nice young lawyer from the trial I attended last week.
Yeah. I knew I recognized her.
Yeah, I'm the guy carrying the sword. Yeah, that'd be me.
To have a man's fate in the palm of one's hand, touch her hands, and shivers down my spine.
I recognize her because she's acting so differently now.
It must be very difficult for you as a lawyer, being hard of being a...
Pardon?
Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Don't worry if you can't hear. It was frippery, really, nothing more.
Frippery? Now look at you started, Mr. Sholmes. Thank you very much. I believe it would be prudent for you to sit quietly in the corner. Tell us about your husband, Mama.
Mr. Vision, my daily, is 40 years of age. I have a photograph of him.
Hi, I'm a gentleman by Pansies. He looks like a Disney character. How long have you been married?
It'll be 15 years this year. We have a cordial relationship, and my husband's income is more than adequate, so we live quite comfortably.
As it would appear, when you look at you to know these things.
Oh gosh.
Your dress is the latest style. Your hair clearly regularly groomed, and your eyes are animate. So, you have no inkling as to why your husband might have disappeared, correct?
That's right. He's a kind man with a strong sense of loyalty. And he ran it down to me.
Which would point to the possibility that he has been embroiled in some incident or
Oh, that is exactly what I felt must have happened, Mr. Soul. I am quite beside myself. My husband's employment is somewhat unusual, you see. What if it occurred in some miscreant silver?
what exactly is your husband lying on?
He's a warder at the prison.
Guard? That is so unusual. So your husband's a prison warder.
That's right, yes. And in actual fact, he's the chief warder.
Indeed, I see. Well, chief prison warder certainly qualifies as something of a specialist occupation.
Yes, he does indeed. My poor husband must prepare those dreadful punishments. See that they're carried out.
Dreadful punishments? You mean capital punishments?
At such times, he must occasionally spend a night or two in the prison dormitory. But for that extra responsibility, he's remunerated more handsomely than the other warders. Of course, we make no mention of my husband's work to neighbors.
Yes, I believe the purpose is just right. Tell me, to what prison's your husband engaged?
Barclay prison, Mr. Sholmes.
Really? Barclay! Oh, a fine establishment. If I'm not mistaken, there's a large cemetery just behind it.
Yes, that's correct. Fairgate Cemetery.
No. Logan Cemetery? The very place we were discussing in court. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, my dear fellow. And yet undeniable.
Sorry, Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid you've lost me.
Ah, pay no heed, madam. Pay no heed. Pardon, madam. This kid really wants this kid.
Another personal question. Has your husband been hitting it?
So, to the matter of your husband's suspense. When did you realize he was missing?
Please try not to laugh. It was yesterday.
Sorry.
Yesterday.
That really is recent. Laughably so.
The truth is, my husband does at times have occasion to spend the night away for his work. It's not all out of the ordinary for him not to return home at night, but this is different. For him to make any contact for a whole day, that certainly never happened before. Oh, my dear Daddy, whatever could have happened?
My dear Mrs. Vigil, please, calm yourself.
And now then, have you contacted the police?
Why, naturally, but they refuse to listen to my pleas as my husband has only been missing for 1 day. I was asked to wait patiently at home.
In truth, Mrs. Vigil, I concur with the police. However, let us not be hasty. I see no reason why we should not engage my deductive powers to track your husband down anyway.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
And furthermore, let me assure you, a chance to solve the greatest problem known to man for another month has no bearing on my decision. I seek only to put a sweet smile on another Londoner's face. That's really all there is to it.
You have my eternal gratitude. I shall pay any sum you care to mention.
You seek only to put a sweet rent in your landlady's purse. That's all there is to it.
I would like to get Sandland. Be different from playing Dragon Ball, that's for damn sure.
Thank you for everything you've shared with us, Mrs. Vigil. I believe I have all the information I need to begin my investigation.
Please report to me soon with good news, sir.
Fear not, madam. In a day or two, I shall be contacting you with a quarterly report, I'm quite sure.
So soon. Oh, how splendid, Mrs. Holmes.
Good news should be delivered early, I always say. If you'll be so kind as to read the photograph of your husband in my possession. He appears to have no particularly distinctive facial features. Thank you. Now allow me to show you the door.
I can't thank you enough, Mrs. Holmes. You've been simply marvelous. You know, I think it every time, Holly. But how you come up with such nonsense? Good news in a day or two, are you sure?
I can't be sure, of course, but then I didn't so much. I merely gave the good woman some help. I hope to be able to give her good news. After all, the rent must be paid by the end of the day, tomorrow. If by that time I've successfully located Mr. Vigil, we shall mutually relieved. When for agreeing, Naruto? Don't look at me with those bleeding eyes. Well, my dear fellow, did you hear the details of the case? Yes, my hearing's surprisingly good, actually. Excellent. And what'd you make of it?
Well, I was surprised to learn where her husband worked. Barclay Prison, I mean. Ah, so you know what it does.
Of course, especially with the mention of Gate Cemetery.
Gate Cemetery is at the rear of Barclay Prison. So it was renowned among the students at the university for being haunted by the ghosts of Kunio-kun.
Barclay Prison is where that notorious man was incarcerated.
And now water from the prison has mysteriously disappeared. It's all very peculiar.
But nothing you can. Indeed, but nothing you can't handle, I'm quite certain. Naruto. Sorry. Run on to the prison, see what you can clean. Would you? It's the prison governor you want. No doubt the man's equally blind. But aren't you going to go yourself? Sure, you need us. I can't possibly be seen out with this hair. Okay, Johnny Bravo. But didn't you go to Lime Street with that hair? That was a quite different matter. So I leave it in your capable hands. Now, if you excuse me, I'm rather busy. Of course you are. To the office. Barclay Prison's on the outskirts of London, backing onto a lonely burial ground. Its four high outer walls loom quietly before us in the fog. Having requested a meeting, we were shown to the governor's office in the watchtower. Governor's office.
This place is full of hardened criminals. I cannot say. I cannot remember the last time a civilian was doing here. And you didn't want to talk to an inmate but to me. Do you ken who I am? I'm the governor. Very kind,
Yes. Pleasure. Naruto Yunosuke. Defense lawyer.
Elistanase. What's that mean?
Yes, I'm a visiting student of law from the Empire of Japan.
Japan? Did you say Japan?
Here?
Well, there's no any of you can in here, laddie. Maybe you should try the prison next door.
I didn't know there's another prison next door, sir.
Anyway, we came to ask you some questions about...
I didn't like to be so direct, but
I've no intention of speaking with the Loxierian suspicious looking Easterners.
get out of my hair.
So as soon as he finds out that we're from Japan, he reacts like this. That surely means he's a racist.
I think it's because of the professor case.
You think so too? 10 years ago, Genshin Asuka, also known as the Professor, was incarcerated at this prison. Then after his execution, he apparently re-emerged from his grave in the cemetery behind him. I'm out again! You're sniffing around the Buddha case, aren't you? You're agent, eh? Oh, the Professor's great way, no doubt. No, not at all. We'll just get going with you before I put you late suit. We're going! There that goes. That killer still haunts this place. Not going to get anywhere here. Unless we can somehow prove to this man that there's nothing suspicious about us.
Governor Kaiden,
What are you thinking, Susato?
I feel sure that name came up in conversation with you somewhere. I was wondering if whoever mentioned him might have some ideas to help us.
Come to think, I thought you have the same feeling. Okay, we're gonna be leaving Mike Hager here. We'll be back, Mr. Hager. It's Hagar! It's Haggard! Haggard! I understand, sir. That's Professor Mikitomo over there. Hello, you two. I was just taking a moment to catch up on the world now that I'm back. Where's Judge Shikoku? Yeah, he's not relaxed. He's taking himself up to pay respect to all the legal business.
Having only just arrived in the country today, goodness me, that's full of energy.
Professor, you mentioned something before about how you known the prison governor at Barclay Prison. Oh, Governor Kaiden, you mean? So it's the same man. So it is the same man.
Father, you must speak with the governor. But he refused to talk to us. He said we were suspicious Easterners.
Oh, I'm sure if I come to you, it will be a very different story. Oh, would you? That would be wonderful if you have time now. Sadly, as you can see, I'm very busy at the moment. Busy drinking coffee in a comfortable setting. Now, I'd rather not to prepare for tomorrow, you know. Oh, sorry. I didn't see that out loud. You Mikitobas are alarmingly good at reading people's thoughts.
Or could it be that you not a hollow are alarmingly bad at hiding your thoughts?
That's not far. Well, I have an idea. What's he writing on that piece of paper? Here's a letter of introduction. Hopefully when he sees my name, he'll change his tune. Thank you. Letter of introduction. Note of introduction on our behalf from Professor Mikitoba to Governor Kaiden. Hopefully now he'll be waiting to talk to us. Hello, time.
your ticket. The SS Grouse, first class cabin 001. Yokohama departure, September 11th. London arrival, November 1st. Ah, that's the boat that Professor Mikitoba and Judge Jigoku came on. From Japan, isn't it? Yes, I think it's called the Dunkirk on the north coast of France for a night. For finally arriving in Dover. I think it's been almost a year since we arrived in Dover on the SS Furia. Seems a shame not to keep your ticket as a memento of your trip, though. Yes, I agree. I mind safely. You mind diving. I keep mine in my wallet, so I have it with me at all times. Oh, well, how strange. Where could have gone? Are you like this on purpose, not a hold on? It's written on the back of a steamship for a passage on a... It's written on the back of a ticket for a passage on a steamship. Well... Just cast your eyes over this governor, kinda.
What's this then? You cannot pull the wool over my eyes, you good-for-nothing Japanese student! Mikotoba. That young jock from the forensics laboratory. That Mikotoba.
Yes, exactly. Him. Oh dear, perhaps I should have said something sooner. I'm Yuji Mikotoba's daughter, Susato.
Jinx! You're the man's daughter? And you didn't think to mention that before?
I do apologize.
Aye, well, you best take a seat then. Call for your cup of tea, perhaps. Don't forget to try one of these wee handcuff biscuits. Handcuff biscuits? Your flower influence is nothing short of amazing.
I'm bitterly regretting not announcing who I was from the outset.
So then, what can I do for you then?
Well, I'm currently investigating a case.
It's one of your waters, you see. Gone missing.
Missing?
That's right. Shelley been reported to you as well, being present, Governor.
I had nothing of the sort. There's no missing persons in my prison.
Huh?
But how can that be?
Is Mr. Daily Vigil your chief warder?
Eh? Vigil?
That's right. His wife came to us and asked us to investigate his disappearance. Let's skip the part about him only going missing yesterday for now. Clearly that means something to him.
Would you be so kind as to tell us what you know, sir?
Aye, of course.
We understand that Mr. Vigil's chief warder here at the prison.
common sense and responsibility and dedicated to the job, no doubt about it. Failed.
Sorry, did you say it was?
Aye. Doesn't work here no more. Left the job.
Oh my. What was this exactly?
First question. What was it about? I cannot say. Much less than 10 years ago now.
What?
10 years ago? You stopped working here 10 years ago? Aye, it's on it. You can. I had said his name and all that on. That's sorry if he's gone missing though.
But Mrs. Mitchell made no mention of it. I think perhaps Mr. Nana told out, but his wife simply doesn't know. I think she's unaware that he no longer works here.
Governor Clyde, can you tell us what happened? Why did he give up his job here?
That's important, is it? Yes, I believe it may be.
What do you think about her?
I can't help wondering, given that it was 10 years ago. Which was exactly when the professor was being held at this prison.
So Mr. Virgil actually resigned from the position of chief water 10 years ago. You're telling us? What happened to make him leave the job?
In actual fact, he didn't leave the job legally. He had no choice.
You mean he was dismissed?
It was after a particular walk.
Sorry? Walk?
Aye. That's always why in here. Walk to the gallows.
Execution. It's the job of the chief warder to prepare the gallows tree. You ever seen it in executions?
Honey, he sure did something unthinkable. That man's walk he was planning.
What did he do?
I'm sorry, but
Cannot reveal that information. But I can tell you it's very rare for a chief warder to be relieved of his portion.
Why wouldn't Mrs. Vigil know about it? She appears to be under the impression that her husband still works here.
One can say anything about that, I'm afraid.
Can you perhaps answer one more question about the circumstances of his dismissal?
And would that be him?
The last execution that Mr. Vigil was responsible for overseeing was by any chance the professor's?
My thoughts exactly.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I'm not liberty to answer that.
I see. My father came to Britain all those years ago in order to study forensic medicine. And you seem to have been well acquainted.
Dead from prison and cemetery have a lot to do when I know. After all, they need fresh corpses for forensic research. They can.
Yes, I can imagine. advancement of medical sciences and always medically palatable.
My father worked in the laboratory just on the far side of the graveyard. In the basement of St. Sinos. Still in use today.
Saint Sears.
It's come up before, I'm sure. Yes, that's right. We've been there.
Mikatoba and I often used to ride in the cars together and negotiate terms.
Or more fresh materials.
Aye, and he used to sit in here. With all of us, gamble on the boat, side section on those slots. Takes me back. Oh, a bowl of tea. And a plate of coffee biscuits.
How charming.
He was a good fella, reliable, dead set on his work. But I'm afraid I never understand your Japanese. Because of Genshin Asogi, I suppose. Well, I cannot tell you anything else.
Thank you so much for your time, Governor.
Oh, one moment before you go, Han. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Ah, found it. Here, take this as a souvenir of your visit to the prison.
What is it?
That's Vigil's dismissal notice. Daniel's on maladies.
Oh my, are you sure?
Aye, it's no trouble at all. It's not the original man.
The harsh reprimand incurred by Mr. Vigil 10 years ago that resulted in him losing his job as chief warder of Markley Prison.
Thank you very much, Governor Calden. How you doing? Not any time. Do me a favor and never come back here. That case is closed. Don't you be coming back here now.
That's the first thing that popped into my head was Monopoly. Like, don't you be coming back here now!
Well, I think we ought to return to Beacon Street for the time being.
Yes, I agree. We need to report back to Mr. Sholmes with what we found out about Mr. Virgin. What will he tell Mrs. Virgin, I wonder? Back at the suite. We're back! Hello, you two.
Hello, you do. Yeah, those are making back full on, so I make some scones for us.
Ah, so that's what the delicious smell is. Greetings, my dear fellows! Turn from adult Christian to a Smurf. He's turned from adult Christian to probably something from another Falcom game. You returned a good deal sooner than I was anticipating.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Hello, Mrs. Sholmes.
Say nothing. Your thoughts are written all over your faces in any case. Didn't doubt it may have been advisable to test my hair color restoration tonic before application. Pray, tell me, what of our water, friend? Have you gone on some new information? Oh, yes, something very surprising. In fact, that was my patch on your hair, to be honest.
It most certainly is. Let's see how we discovered that.
Sholmes!
Sholmes? Drop everything, Sholmes! This is more important. Gina? I can't hardly believe it.
You can't. What? I'm sorry. What?
What happened?
Clearly a very grave matter indeed. Well, Mr. Strong made no mention of my hair whatsoever.
It's the boss.
What do you mean? Inspector Gregson?
The boss is... He's dead.
What?
They just found his body.
What?
Inspector Gregson.
He was murdered?
Not Gregson.
Tell us the story. Are you serious, Gina? Inspector was... He was really shot? Where did this take place? Outskirts of town. Very near his home. And was perhaps investigating the case.
It's at the yard, there's no case around me. That's true. The boss was... He was so good to me. Oh no, I loved him much shit. Okay, I was gonna show him my become a promise detective.
So who did this? Do you have any idea who the culprit is? Already? They caught the shooter so soon?
When this reported something was going on, my boy got straight down there and took care of him. What other person did this? Let's take care of it. See? It was the rape.
Wait a minute! You don't mean... They've arrested Lord Van Zeeks for it?
That's right. That raper bear's gone. And shoulder boss.
No!
Are you quite sure, Mr. Stewart. Dark phone seems. The police have arrested him.
I'm sorry for everything else. The interview room at the yard. I can't believe it. There was witnesses. I was saying everything. So you mean there were actually multiple witnesses? I heard the gunshot. And when all I got to say, there was only the wall and that rainbow black in the room.
There's a way Loveland seeks would have taken Gregson's life. I just don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
Thank you for informing us, Mrs. Cook. This really is most times. I'm dreadfully sorry.
Oh, you cypher! He didn't do none! Anyway, I'm taking a cab up to see Mum. Please come on, so you can. Yo-yo!
Detectives ought to appear whenever some sinister plot has unfolded. I don't wonder why we are the target. Sometimes these things are almost too much for the nurse. Mr. Sholmes. What use is there in being a great detective if I fail to see something like this coming, How could I let this happen to Gregson? To Gregson? Not older. I shall leave at once to begin my investigations. Of course, yes. We will too. To be helpful. If you could talk to Mr. Reed and see what you can glean. I'm sure you were intending to do so anyway. Until later, then.
Mona, Susie! I called your hands. It's waiting outside.
Thanks, Cyrus. Shall we assist Adam?
Yes.
New location. Good night. To the prison. Cell 1. There he is. Lord Van Zeek's behind bars.
That's true. He really was arrested.
He's sitting with his back to the wall, reading something. I don't think he's noticed us. Lord Van Zeek's? Sounds amazing, you know. The last place on earth I liked it. But the last place on earth I liked it too. Well, you're not sure answerable yourself, sir, and I sure as hell ain't on the rate. I couldn't very well not come. We heard what happened. Thank you. That Inspector Gregson was... This has nothing to do with it.
Forgive me, Lord Van Zeek, but I must disagree. Inspector Gregson was very helpful to us on a number of occasions. We're indebted to him. At the very least, we owe it to him to find out the truth about his death. help us with our investigations, please?
There it is. Nothing I can do. What were you just reading at the back of the cell there? Was it something related to the case?
This. The artisan hides a copy of information as to a sharp case details of the suspect. This is a letter from an old acquaintance.
Oh, who am I coming?
Someone you know, as it happens. Alberto Henry.
Of course, yes, I keep forgetting they went to the same village.
And I would like to read my correspondence in peace, so let's get this over, shall we? What does he want to know?
Strange.
I mean, let's face it, Lord Van Zix never minces his words. They seem to have less bite than usual, somehow.
So, what happened? Can you at least tell us your side of the story, Lord Van Zix? What happened?
How much do you already?
We know that the inspector was shot dead in a small rented room on Fresno Street.
And that you were found there by the police when they arrived on scene and immediately arrested you.
We were told that nobody else was in the room, and that some witnesses heard the gunshot.
And you'll have informed. And there's really nothing I cannot. The truth is, I don't know what happened. But the gunshot! Obviously, you didn't fire the gun, did you?
I'm not in the habit of shooting the people I work alongside. I also heard noise, however, before I had a chance to investigate, I was apprehended by the arriving officers.
So I didn't actually know what happened.
I might ask, what were you doing in that place to begin with?
I don't need to answer that. After all, you're not representing me. So I need a word, huh?
Who's going to be representing you in court, Lord Von Zix?
Any of another thing you always should know about you.
Ha!
Would I be right in assuming that you have no representation in here?
The fans are shy away from the age
But this is different.
in my career, of all the defendants I've prosecuted, only 19 have ever been acquitted. Of them, 16 subsequently died in mysterious circumstances. Questions will be asked them.
Surely not.
I assure you, no defense lawyer will want to touch me with the end of a barge pulley.
But you didn't actually have anything to do with those people's death, did you?
It has been 10 years now that I've been known as the Reaper of the Bay Area. Believe me, nobody wants to know the true identity of this killer. However, it seems things may come to a head before I have the chance to uncover the truth about that. Doesn't mean by that.
After the trial, Professor Harebrant was supposed to go straight back to Germany.
It's a letter to inform him of his safe arrival at home. I arranged his passage by sea and air. It is a legal message.
Should be beyond the reaches of the legal.
Stood little Nipponese friend. Who told me he was keeping away in Japan when I inquired the other day. Yes, that's right. He's an author now, happily working in Tokyo.
So Professor Harebrained seems to be back in Germany now.
Yes. So, it appears our conversation has run dry. There's a 2-second silence, that's all. Well, in any event, if you'll excuse me now, I wouldn't like to detain you. I was wondering, Lord Von Six, if you like, I'd be happy to advocate for you. You trust me, do you? Yes. I've heard you speak many times in court. I've seen how you treat people. So I'm quite sure that you would never have taken another's life. It's just, my feelings can't be used as evidence in a court of law, sadly. Very gracious offer. However, I trust no one. What? Not the police, not judiciary, and not you, Nipponese. But please! I have no intention of engaging in services. The chasm between us is just too wide and too deep, it seems. I'd appreciate it if you do not visit again. Then neither of us will waste any more time. Perhaps we need to dig a little deeper. And find out more about Lord Von Six and what happened to Inspector Gregson. Fresno Street! This really is an out-of-the-way part of London. How many people find their way down this back street? So this is the dust rented room where it happened then.
So this is where poor Inspector Gregson lost his life.
Yes, and the police are already hard at work investigating, it seems. I don't see Mr. Sholmes anywhere, though. Perhaps his investigations have taken him elsewhere.
Oi! Who you think you do here? Having one of yours has got to be taken right out so you can look underneath it all. All the space above the ceiling. Check and don't forget to look inside the chimney stack too. Blimey, ain't you look never gone over a house looking for dough when others are out of town?
He's obviously got some unique investigative techniques she wants everyone to adopt.
So you turned up the last month, you ain't been here long myself.
Hello again, Gina.
Sounds as only just left. You lucky you missed that. Went prancing around and put that stuff reflecting that out of his discovered. What's finished investigating already, you mean? Yeah, didn't come to say nothing there on time.
Gina, would you mind if we investigated too?
in order. Yeah, Lyra. Yes, why? You're not thinking of... So I have it ripped back, are you? Oh! Poor Gina. She's never going to get it. Trial will haunt her forever. Gina, if you don't mind me saying, if that man 650 is responsible for this crime, he will be duly and fairly judged in court. I suppose you're right, yeah. Go on in, Odo. Get investigating. I want to know the truth about what really happened here. Thank you, Gina.
Starting with this.
Lots of photographs stand. Suppose it does have a picture. Suppose it must be a picture of one of Inspector Gregson's family members.
What's the matter? Your eyes look like they're about to pop out your head.
There, look. No, quickly.
Why do I feel like this woman's familiar somehow?
Oh, she's familiar. We only met her this morning.
It's Mrs. Visual!
This makes no sense. Why would there be a picture of Mrs. Vigils here?
To be frank,
I don't think I've ever been even more stumped.
I've never been more stumped.
Sorry to say, I have no idea.
Then we got this right here. Since we came in here, I can't take my eyes off this thing.
That's not enough, Larry, can I?
It's a hairpiece, isn't it?
It is. It is! Bright red earpiece.
It's supposed to fact that's right there next to where the body was found. Means we have to accept that Inspector Gregson wore wigs, doesn't it?
And it's such flame colored red, too.
Yes, that's a color we've come across very recently elsewhere, isn't it?
Exactly. This is a vital clue, I'm sure of it.
One of the candles in this candle holder has been completely blown off.
Yes, there's wax splattered on the wall. Fine, look.
Suppose if a bullet had hit it.
Does seem likely that the bullet hit the candle, having first passed through the inspector's body.
And that marks on the wall looks like blood to me.
Candelabra.
It appeared to be under the model policeman. Rather charming, isn't it?
Something's on the floor here. Do you think it belonged to Inspector Gregson?
You'll hardly imagine everyone's explaining with something like this.
What about 8 centimeters tall? Could have fallen out of someone's pockets. I think I should record it as evidence, just in case.
Yes, I agree. And a blood clot, probably.
No, 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 no. If I did that, I'd be looking for a skilled lawyer to represent me in court. Slightly safer than you ask someone might know, I think.
This looks like some sort of nice bar or something.
It's absolutely covered in scraps of paper.
Oh, not all to look.
You mean it's an autopsy report, isn't it?
And these are case notes here. Details of prison inmates.
Yes, in fact, there are all sorts of documents that only a detective could normally acquire. Whatever in this room.
Some of the newspaper cutting. And oh, this one here.
Ah, yeah, the advertisement you mean. To the red-headed lady. What's that to here?
Whoever occupied this room was clearly interested in it for some reason.
So I suppose this is where the victim.
That's right, the rope stayed around the body to show exactly how it was found. I expect the Gregson would have his arm maintained.
Would probably be under a side skeleton by now, not for what happened last week.
From the shape of the rope, it appeared that the inspector was curled up in a ball. Are you feeling alright, Naruto? You look like you just seen a ghost.
I know it's just a rope, but conjured up quite terrifying image, that's all. Especially with that blood stain next to it.
Oh, I do understand. Some ways, what we picture in our minds can be even worse than reality.
Society's so strong about it. She's taking this far better than I am. Okay, so we got the photograph, the revolver, the hairpiece, the toy, and the candelabra. Gina, what was Inspector Gregson doing here in the first place?
That's what I want to. It's what, half a year since I got out of prison. So I decided to give up my dolphin and become a detective instead.
Oh yeah, Mr. Sholmes switched the inspector's arm to agree to take you on as his apprentice, didn't
Something like that, I think. Anyway, the point is, I didn't really know much about the monster then. It turns out, it's been religion at the yard. Goodness, really. That's how I managed to solve some really tricky case just like that.
he? You did?
Well, ever since then, he started going on all sorts of investigation noise on him. No one at the yard even knows what the case is on. He's working on them. And no one at the yard even knows what half the cases he's working on already.
It's not supposed to work, is it? So the legendary inspector doing it in a tiny little room like this?
Oh, we had a lot of respect for the Reaper. And look what that landed him.
Respect for the Reaper? In what way?
Adam says much. It's like, what happened to that fella? This one's.
But the general public feels it. Most people are terrified of the Reaper.
Yeah, we'll say that's exactly why he respects the blood.
Elijah Gregson held the Reaper in quite such hard.
She's supposed to be no. I didn't need to worry about the rape. Those the only girls had the paperwork about. He called sit commodities when he said that.
Right. What is this place? Does anyone live here?
Patty's been raped by some cove called Huge Boom. Hugh Boom.
Some sort of here today, gone tomorrow name that isn't
Yeah, it's what we call an unidentified person. Haven't been able to get in touch with him.
I see. Well, judging from appearances, I have to say this place I haven't lived in for a long time, if ever.
Right, I'll ask for the yard pile down to get stuck into the investigation. And no one knew what to do with themselves. What do you want to?
Yes, Susanna.
What kind of we got this Hugh Boom? In fact, Inspector Gregson himself.
What? How could that be?
But if he was investigating on his end, it's quite possible that this was in fact some kind of secret office of his.
I never even get serious.
Let's fix this! Actually find a lot of inquiry like that ourselves.
You are?
If you look around the room, you see, there's a few things that hit at it.
We should really investigate this place in detail. We already did.
I see that's where the voice speakers come. Yeah, that's right. They said it was a single bullet what did it. Maybe the bullet was struck the can tray on the wall.
Oh yeah, long line of candles, quite quick.
And I got you hands on the floor. The raper's in. There's it on there.
What? Really?
How do you know that? Take it easy! I don't know what to do myself when you stab me with them big wild eyes. I'm only saying what I heard. Don't know much about government myself. But there's some big wig Norman or whatever said so. Why don't you ask him?
Big woman, is it?
Anyway, Fresno Street runs along under that window there. There's some street sales too, just outside, and the gun shop. I don't recall seeing anybody else. Is anybody outside? Yeah, they all been taken down the yard for questioning. That's what they're talking about the yard legendary inspector. Yeah, after all, they be getting it gritty.
Do you think we might be able to speak with those street sellers ourselves?
Got it? Lines of y'all would want to know what you're snooping for and you'll be up for it gritty and all.
So we can't interview the witnesses then. Back at the Lord Chief Justice's office. You've made good time.
I took an express train back to London.
I can hear Lord Strongheart, can you?
Yes, it sounds like he's talking to someone.
Is everything in play? I had a private compartment on the train so I could check all the paperwork. It
Kazuma!
Your timing is impeccable. It is? No doubt you've heard the sickening news about the Reaper's latest devilry. Yes.
I'm sure you don't believe it, of course, then, Lord Strongheart. That Lord Von Seeks could have done such a thing to Inspector Gregson.
I believe only in the facts. And the facts, this case brought to one thing. The unavoidable accuser, Lord Von Seeks, for this crime. We must bring charges against the Reaper for taking the life of our legendary detective.
Oh no, surely not!
It's a truly critical situation. Tomorrow, the Forensic Science Symposium finally begins. At the very least, though, we can show the world our justice system's swift and equitable processes. So does that mean the trial's tomorrow? Precisely. In fact, this is a fine opportunity for introductions. Kazuma. But of course, you're already acquainted, aren't you? Mr. Asogi here will be present at tomorrow's proceedings, leading the prosecution. Wait. What?! Kazuma? As I'm sure you're aware, he's very capable practitioner of law.
Kazuma? Prosecutor?
I'm sure you can imagine that tomorrow's trial will be closely followed all over London. In fact, now people all over the Empire will be watching closely to see how it unfolds. There's no salvation for anyone in the trial prosecuted by the Reaper of the Bailey. And now, the Reaper himself will stand in the dock. Quite so. The public want answers about the Reaper. Answers about how and why those who escaped conviction subsequently died mysterious deaths.
But Lord Von Seek firmly denies any involvement in such matters.
And there have been thorough investigations that have proven him to be innocent. As such, or it has been at least until now. Tomorrow's trial will mark the start of a new chapter in our country's great judicial history. I'm sorry for all the way I've caused you. It'll be alright now. Has your memory completely returned? Yes, completely. I remember everything.
was that voice that guided me here to London. There's a sign of what's happened. Anyway, my memory might have returned to me. But there's something that won't return to the way it was before. What do you mean? I'm a prosecutor now, so I'm sure our paths will cross again very soon. So Cosmo will be prosecuted tomorrow? That is right. But he's a defense lawyer, Lord Strongheart. Accomplished young law practitioners can pick and choose their roles. And imagine what it will mean for the prosecution to know the strategies commonly employed by the defense. Devastating complimentary. Absolutely. No doubt at all that Cosmo will be razor sharp as a prosecutor. But my Cosmo? There are surely many other highly skilled prosecutors in Great Britain. Personal request. I was asked to be assigned to the trial. You asked for this, but why? It'll all become clear tomorrow. I'm guessing you intend to stand for defense, don't you? Although the Reaper appears to be turning down all offers of representation. I'm surprised such a personal request would have been upheld. Seems unprecedented. Quite exceptional, in fact. You are quite right, Miss Speaker. Tomorrow's trial will be unprecedented and exceptional in every way. After all, the accused is one of Britain's greatest prosecutors, the pride of the It would be unwise to give the public reason to perceive as the judiciary closing arms. So that's why you're happy to let a foreigner handle the prosecution? Let's see how your skills have been honed after practicing law in this land for so many months. Cosmo, I understand why you're being so hostile to me. This isn't going to end well, my friend. Oh yes, we know that there was a gun at the scene of Inspector Gregson's death. Do you know if it belongs to Lord Von Zieks? That would be a question for the lead detective investigating the scene. Well, the thing is, she wasn't sure, so she told me I should ask somebody higher up who might know. That's right. Be direct. Certainly not. That's issued to a personnel involved in law enforcement. Which includes prosecutors, as I'm sure you can imagine. In that case, could actually bring harm to the victim. No, Gregson has gone on this post. What about Lord Von Zieks? Names currently not in his possession. What? According to his story, he lost it. In short, it's more than less suspicious. But just because the gun in question is the same type as the defendant's, no proof that's actually his? No.
course not. Nevertheless, the situation is grave for Lord Vincent. Doesn't look like we're going to glean much more here. Well, thank you very much, Lord Strongheart. Remember, tomorrow's trial will go down in our Empire's history. There's much you can learn from the public gallery. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. We'll see yourselves out. Before you go, Yunosuke. Oh, what is it, Cosmo? I just wanted to thank you. Cosmo, what? You took my determination to heart and brought it with you over the ocean in my stead. And you carried out my role to perfection.
You always maintain us studying bridge law in order to change our own justice system. It was your dream and not a holdout. Didn't want them to die with
you. Yes, but I had another purpose for coming here. I actually have a favor to ask, which is this trial-loving prosecutor. I'd like you to be there to see how it ends. As defense counsel. What's this all about? I know you have what it is. But Lord Von Six would never put his fate in my hands. On the contrary, he recognizes your talents. Yes? It's not easy to see behind the facade sometimes. Here, have a look at this.
That's... Lord Von Six and Inspector Gregson. That must have taken some time ago by the look of it. It's the third person.
His brother. It was displayed very prominently in the detective's office. Gregson's office? Yes, what I'm trying to say is if you really think you can trust the Reaper, you might find that some straight talking makes you take a different view. Take it. I don't understand. Why are you giving this to me? Just hurry, Yunosuke. Visiting hours at the prison are almost over. What are you doing, Cosmo? Isoge. Lord Von Six still reading that letter.
We've been gone quite some time now.
Either he's an incredibly slow reader or it's an incredibly long letter. I might even be able to read English faster than he can. I was intending to ignore you entirely. I can't turn a deaf ear to such insulting pleas. Oh, sorry. I didn't think you should have. I had the case notes brought to me in secret. I was reading them to pass the time.
Yes, we heard your trial set for tomorrow.
which is none of your business. So, have you found a lawyer? How many times must I reiterate the same thing? This is nothing to do with you. In other words, no.
We're just talking to Lord Stronghearted. The prosecutor for your trial has been decided.
I suspect nothing of this, though I have no idea who it is. It's going to be Cosmo Asugi.
Hasoki?
That made the color drain from his face. Seems I'm going to have to engage in conversation with you again after. 10 years ago, my older brother, who was director of the prosecution at the time of the murder, indicated, as you know, was a visiting student from the Far East. Not a single day goes by when I don't cast the name Hasogi!
Genshin was Cosmo's father.
So a cruel twist of fate is this now, 10 years later. A man's sons to crucify me in some kangaroo court. I still don't understand why Lord Strongheart presses Cosmo to you. But he does know that he was know the young man's true identity from outset.
But what could he have been hoping to achieve?
Let's not forget that it was only 8 days ago that Cosmo recovered from his amnesia. Why would Lord Strongheart assign his trial to somebody like that? That man is the very epitome of my man. The man that is your equal is. Right, your eternal law is Japanese. So what we ever do to you, man? Just being a client of my brother Pete, director of prosecutions, was hunting down last morning. So-called face. Assigned to the investigation as his partner. While they thought that his story special squad. That was Genshin the story? Exactly. I developed a deep respect for him. He seemed noble-minded and chivalrous in the extreme to me. But none of us saw the true nature of the man. So I lost everything when it happened. My esteemed brother, the people I believed in, and any semblance of right prevailing over wrong. To avenge my brother, I prosecuted and assaulted his trial. One ordinarily had been allowed, but I illegally ascribed prosecutor until he consented.
What do you mean by the ascribed prosecutor?
The man in charge of the professor case in Priory. Lord Mayor Strongheart. Wait, what? Lord Strongheart? He was a highly accomplished prosecutor, but he agreed to relinquish the title of the trial to me and act as my advisor on this matter. Since that time, he's been one brother who I fed him detail.
I'm sure it must have seen your zeal for the case and recognized your potential as prosecutor.
Anyway, time goes. Beginning of this year. Who should arrive in London? And things. Lawyer.
But for many years, that hatred had festered inside me. I could no longer control it. And I can understand why. Now I know the history. But in the same way, I've long felt me beneath to be the bane of my life. Cosmos Sorgi, I am the bane of his, the Reaper who sent his father to the gallows. He's looking for revenge and he intends to take it in battle. Gregson stood out for to the palace police of perfection. Had finally been arranged for the coming war. But he would never make it to France now. Tragedy. Oh yes, come to think of it, he did mention something about that, didn't he?
I wonder, does it happen often? Being transferred internationally?
It's the first time I've ever encountered him.
Oh,
The Paris police right-wing and immigration detective is almost inconceivable. I can't imagine the kind of magic Gregson must have worked to put that arrangement in place.
sounds like that mystery has even a vapor perplexed. I'm afraid to say that we were very ignorant about Inspector Gregson's standing. We hear that he was considered something of a legend at Scotland Yard.
I mean, it was 10 years ago that it first made a name for himself. By uncovering a decisive piece of evidence that exposed the professor's identity. Wasn't for Gregson's singular approach to the case, discovery would never have been made public. What sort of approach? After my brother's life was taken, the inspector pushed for a full autopsy.
Oh my, 10 years ago? Why is that so surprising?
Autopsy was considered desecration of the body at the time and rarely performed. And my brother was a close enough. That made the idea of it even more unthinkable. But something Gregson had dug up in investigations made him determined it was necessary. Powerful conviction somehow influenced the House of Lords, and as a result, I could avenge my brother's death. So you must have had great confidence in the inspector's abilities then.
Is it more inconceivable that you would have taken his life?
I don't have confidence in anyone.
Oh,
And I'm sure Gregson felt the same way. And I've no doubt thought of me as the homeless reaper like the rest of London.
Well, went on between Lord Bantings and Gregson. What was the true nature of their relationship? Well, the gun to shoot the inspector that was found at the scene. Yes, that's not mine. Really? Because common opinion seems to be that it is. What do you expect me to say to that?
Lord Strongheart informs us that you claim to have misplaced your firearm.
Embarrassing as that is, I'm afraid it is true.
When'd you lose it then?
But I don't know.
Oh,
I was issued with a revolver when I first became a prosecutor 10 years ago. I must have stole it somewhere, I suppose. Or left it somewhere else.
you have something in common with Lord Bantings after all, Tell her for misplacing things.
No, this has nothing to do with me. Don't make the mistake of associating me with this Nipponese.
Oh dear, the rift is very wide, isn't it?
Don't drag me into it! It's not decisive evidence, clearly. It doesn't look good, that's for sure. Here. What advantage came by this old photograph? Hey, did you get that? It was taken when I became a qualified prosecutor. It's almost unbelievable. I assumed it was lost. Man on the left there. Yes, that's my brother. Clint. Old photographic print displayed rather prominently in Gregson's office. The person on the left is Lord Pete Van Zieks. Had to be there. Apparently his picture was prominently displayed in Gregson's office. Out of deep respect for you, you know. Are you aware of that? No, we've heard someone attest to it very clearly. Inspector Gino Estrada. Maybe once, yes. There was a time when things were like that. We were brothers in arms, jovially discussing the future of justice and other such lofty subject matter. That was a nice glimpse of the past, I think. I feel as though I got a nice glimpse of the past, and there was a glimmer of light in his eyes. Brief twinkle. Sight. The true nature of this man knows who lies the stone cold finger of a baby. Naruhodo, son. Huh? That's the first time you've ever used my actual name. I've lost all confidence in my country's justice system. I don't trust the police, judiciary, or lawyers. But there's still one thing I'm willing to believe in. What's that? That which you see in the eyes of another cross the courtroom. Simple determination to know the truth. From the very first time we crashed in the Bay almost a year ago, I couldn't deny it, even though I didn't wish to. Here is a lone Nipponese who has absolute integrity as a lawyer. There are only two other men I've known with that same look in their eyes. My brother Clint and Genshin Masuki. The man he idolized and the man who betrayed his trust in the most hideous way. When you showed me that photograph just now, it reminded me. You mean this photograph? Back then I was able to know, free from the shackles of mistrust that plagued me now. I looked to the future. Since then I protected myself against betrayal by refusing to trust him. At times the mire to which I've sunk makes it almost impossible to breathe. I'm so sorry. So, not over. course I will. It would be an honor.
I'm so pleased, Naruto.
Then my life is in your hands. For Lord Von Zinks, that must have been an incredibly hard thing to ask. Which is why I simply cannot let the man down. Or when the old Bailey against my old friend, Cosmo. And that ends the first day of investigation in this case. So I'm actually going to stop right here. And in the next part, we deal with the trial. The first half, anyway. So stay tuned more of Gyakuten Saiban. Number 2, The Resolve, right after this.